We'll count these up at the end of this. But we are going to have a very large number of bales here that are ready for us to sell in December when the price is at its best. I have no idea where that bale went. Hello and welcome along and welcome back to No Man's Land. This is our penultimate episode on this map. And we've still got quite a lot to do before we finish. What I want to do first up is get our tractor here seeding. We've got the barley to get in so that when you want to take over this map, you can do with some barley and some canola in the fields, ready for next year. Let's turn this on, check we're in the right position. I think we could be a little bit further out. And yeah, then we can get this started. Now I'm holding on to the money a little bit at the moment. Hire worker, and away you go. Because we want to get this hired worker doing these fields and get this done. The downside to this is that our tractor over here, our little Massey, is in massive need of repair. So, as I said last time, and with last time's video, we really need to get this tractor repaired. Doing so is going to put us into the red. So what I'm going to do is get those fields planted, get them sorted, and then we're going to go from there and get this repaired at that point. It should mean that this tractor is all good and well, but if we have a look over here at the moment, I'm going to high gear, bring this over here, and just bring this into here. There we go. The repair work on this is £5,085. So it is going to throw us fairly deeply into the red when we do repair this tractor. And so, yeah, it's going to be something we do once this field has been, or once these two fields have been planted by our hired worker, we'll be able to go ahead and do that. In the meantime, it is October and our grass has partially regrown. It's not fully regrown, but as we've had with the previous couple, it is in a position where it can be harvested. If we look at the state on the map, you can see that here, that it is in the first stage of harvest. So that is all good. So what we'll do is we will unfold our mower, turn it on, and we're going to whip around this field quickly and get this all cut. I'm going to do this end bit first, get that all done. As always, this rower works very nicely in getting this done. So we will get this all cut and rode up in one attempt or one go. And yeah, should get 8 more silage bales off here today, which will be perfect for us. So I'm squaring this bit of field off to try and make it easier to cut. I think we've got a fairly reasonable shape to it. That sort of matches that, should make it a little bit easier. We did a very similar cut last time, and I said at the time that I kind of needed to square it off a bit better than I did that time. So I've attempted to do that this time. Hopefully that's going to be good enough. We have got a little bit of an odd bit down here, and I do want to get this triangle cut and cleared up. And something I've said, well, actually, something you guys have said after last time's video when I mentioned that we are wrapping this series up and that we're only going to be doing, well, one more episode after this one, was I asked you what sort of state do you want me to leave the money in? Do you want me to pay things off, or do you want me to leave it so that there's some loan left, and where do you think we should go? For me to leave it with you guys for a download if you want to pick up from where I've left off. And very much the consensus seems to be to pay off as much of the loan as I can. So my thought is there that that's probably a good way to go. We will pay off as much of the loan as we can with what we earn next time. That will mean that if you're picking this up and you want to just harvest the things that I've put in, and keep going as it is on here, you can do very easily. There will be the ability to do that from here. You'll also be able to borrow stuff and immediately expand if you want to. So yeah, it gives everybody sort of the right amount of options going forwards, and will give us some closure to this series. The other thing I'm going to do is, in order to check how successful we've been at this series, we will tot up how much the value of the farm is. So if I was to sell everything off on this map, we will work out exactly how much our farm is worth, and whether we've made a profit or whether we've made a loss on here. Now remember, we started this series with just £50 and our truck. So we'll tot up everything that we have, how much our land is, how much our equipment is worth, and how much our buildings and everything are worth if we were to sell the whole thing off. If we come to more than £50 from that, then we will count this series as a success, because we will have overall made money. So yeah, I want to find that out. I won't include the crops or the value of future crops in that, because obviously we don't know what those will be. But certainly I think we can work out from the value of the farm and everything we have exactly how much of a success our time here on No Man's Land has been. I think of all the times that I've cut this field, this is the closest I've come to having a much more rectangular setup to it. It's still not quite there, and it's still not quite straight enough. I think if I was to go forward, I might remove one more tree there and just line this up a little bit better, because we've still got this merging into the middle. But there we go. Fold that up, and we're all good. We're down to £857 from left for our hired worker at the moment. So okay, we should be all right. That is most of the way across the field at this point. So I think that is going to be absolutely okay. We want to switch out now and grab our baler and start getting this field baled up. Before we get started on the baling, though, our worker here has run out of seeds, so I'm just going to have to get this back and get it filled up. And of course that means getting our weight onto the back and our bag lifter onto the front of the Massey. There we go. So that we can get the seeds off here. Now I don't know which of these bags is the one that I've already used, but we should be able to tell that when we come up here. There we go. Yeah, here we go. 400 litres. So this will take more than this. Need to go and open that. And there we go. Right. And then that into there like so. It will take all of this bag. Should take a couple of 100 litres of the next one as well. Now, as I said before, we're going to go and put these bags, or the remains of this, into our gardens so that they are topped up. And whichever one needs it a bit more, we'll probably put it into there. But this should leave 800 litres here. So when we finish, we'll unload our seeder here, and we will also go and... Oh, there we go. We will also go and put the remaining seeds into the garden places. Our seeds are refilled, and we've got our baler out on the field. Our other tractor has actually switched fields now as well, so the barley is going into the second field, which is brilliant. There we are. Let's unload this. And yeah, we're looking fairly good for getting everything done today that we want to get done. I'm quite pleased actually that our Steeder is working fairly quickly through these two fields. That's really good. The canola fields are looking in pretty good shape as well, as you can see. They are very much growing and are going to be a good early harvest for next year, for whoever wants to harvest those. And looking down here, we've got a fairly decent amount of grass off here. That hasn't caught the first bit, so we'll realign up for that. Yeah, this is very, very nicely coming together. We should end up with a really decent number of bales off here. I mean, we've already got one with the leftovers from last time. So if we get 8 or 9 bales off here, I think we'll be doing well. Now, with around 2 months before we expect to sell these bales, we should have plenty of time for them to ferment, which means that we will be able to sell everything that we got. It's actually paid off for us much better this year to cut the shorter grass and get fewer bales off it each time, but be able to get more bales overall. This is our 4th cut this year, and as a result, yeah, we've got a whole load of extra bales off of here. Let's not go onto the crop. There we go. And yeah, so we've done a whole lot better off here this year than we have in previous years, which will bring us in a nice amount. We've had, of the last 3, we've had sort of 8-9 bales. So 8 3 sort of 24. And then we had that really good first cut as well. So that gave us, I think that gave us about 12 bales. So we're looking at about 38 bales off here, which is going to be worth a lot of money come December. So we'll make a pile off that. We've got the straw bales as well from the barley. So those will make us some money. Not quite as much though, because straw bales are not worth that much cash. Then we've got all the potatoes. We basically got an entire crop of potatoes off here this year, which is absolutely fantastic. It's like adding an extra field. So yeah, we've got plenty of potatoes off here. We've got lots of tomatoes to sell. We've got lots of lettuce to sell. Basically, it is going to be a massive sell-off next time. The only thing we're not going to be selling off in the next episode is the honey. The honey doesn't come good till January. So whoever is picking up, you will have some honey to sell, which should be very lucrative for you as well. All in all, I think we're going to make a lot of money before we finish here, which is absolutely perfect. I mean, that will be a complete vindication of what we've done with such a small amount of land. If we can make 100,000 off this small patch of land, that's huge. We're on our 7th bale at the moment, so we're getting a really, really good number of bales off this field. Already 60% of the way through this one. And look at that. That is absolutely fantastic. We may end up with 9 or at the outside, maybe even 10 with the way this is going. There's at least... Yeah, I think we're going to get another bale out of here before the end of this row. There's at least a 9th bale in that bit in the middle. You can see there, because it's only taken us, yeah, not even a full run and back to get that. So I think there's a 9th bale in the middle of the field here. That would be pretty huge, because we're going to get fairly close to a 10th one as well then, in that case. Let's get this. It all depends on how much we started on here with. And I can't quite remember how much it was, but it was certainly fairly quickly we got our first bailout. It would be absolutely brilliant if we were to end up with exactly 10 bales off here this time. That would be almost as much as if we'd waited until the grass was fully grown, which would be brilliant, to be honest. Last 3 rows, and it's definitely going to be 9 bales as our 9th one rolls out the back here. I do not think that there's enough here to do a 10th one. It's going to get us most of the way, but I don't think that there's enough to actually do the full 10th bale, which is a pity. It would have been great to have got that. We'll get all of it off here, though. and that means that when it comes springtime, there will be some grass in the baler, which can be used. There we are. And yeah, with only 21% off the longest row here, it is not going to be enough. It's up to a third of the baler full. And then the last row might get us about 60% maybe. Certainly I think it'll pass 50% full. Either way, 9 bales off here is the top end of what I was hoping for earlier. And yeah, 52%. So all good. Let's go and switch over to the wrapper and get this all wrapped up. The tractor's lack of power at the moment because of its state of disrepair. Thankfully, all of this equipment does not require a huge amount of power. So it's not slowing us down as much as it was with the rock picker last time. Back with the wrapper. We need to unfold it. Are we not hooked up properly? I think we are. There we go. There we go. Behaving itself now. And we can get these wrapped up. In goes the first one. So 9 bales to add to our fairly large collection we got already. It's going to be very interesting to try and get all of these transported. I think we worked out we can take 7 at a time. So it's probably going to take us about 3 trips to get all of these bales dropped off. We want to be careful because I think we might end up with our tractor running into these bales while it's doing the work. Yeah, that's just lining itself up. So yeah, we're going to have a, well, we'll count these up at the end of this, but we are going to have a very large number of bales here that are ready for us to sell in December when the price is at its best. And I really like cutting the grass for silage in October. It gives us a really good basis for the next year and for getting ourselves a good early cut. Oh, wow, this is not going to turn around here. And I think our other tractor is getting stuck on a bale. I need to clear this up. Right, that should be all sorted now. I have no idea where that bale went. Don't know if we've even still got it. And this is our last bale to get wrapped. Will take us up to 35 bales in total, which is pretty awesome. I think we have lost that bale that went flying. I believe my count earlier was that we should have had 36. So it's yeah, I don't know where that bale went. I don't know which direction it flew off in. Looks like we've lost a bale's worth of silage, but all in all, I'm quite happy with that. We're all good. We just need to leave that now to get to ferment and get ready to sell. Our other tractor has finished, and we've got £375 left. So I'm going to give this tractor a rest because we need to. Well, actually. No, what I'm going to do is we're going to get this tractor repaired now. And we'll get it put away because we're going to be doing quite a bit of loading with this next time. And probably actually having to hook it up to the trailer as well because it's a lot faster than the brewer is for us in order to go and actually drop stuff off. So we'll probably still use the other tractor to maneuver the trailer about. When it comes to actually selling, though, I think we're going to use this one to go and sell. So let's just bring this around here and we'll get it repaired. So repair cost for this is 5,085. It's going to send us deep into the red, but we do need to repair that tractor. Ooh, something's been fixed. Look. No, we don't. So previously, I've been able to repair the tractor when I didn't have enough money. Now I can't. That's really interesting. So until we've sold some stuff, we're not going to be able to get this tractor repaired. Or, for that matter, this one. I have just noticed that our Massey isn't the only tractor that's in dire need of repair. This one is really low as well. So both of our tractors are not in a good state right now. I thought I was going to be giving the tractor a little bit of a rest, or, you know, our tractor that's in disrepair a bit of a rest. But appears that's not the case. We need to repair both these tractors. I think the first bit of delivery we're going to do next time will probably be using our... well, we've got that trailer, and we've got the refrigerated trailer and our truck. So I think we're going to do our first delivery next time using those. And then what we'll be able to do is go from there with repairing the tractors and getting up here and getting all of these bales sold. We're going to have a November sale for some of our equipment first, though. I'm sorry, not some of our equipment, some of our produce. The canola needs selling in November, and I have a feeling the price might be best for the tomatoes in November as well, so we're going to check that in a bit. But sadly, yeah, I think the next time we're on here is going to be over a couple of days in order to get things sold at their highest price. Now, let's just back this up to this, and then we can get this field rolled, and hopefully we'll be all done before the sun sets. This tractor is definitely less happy than it normally is with this roller. We've had to drop into 4th gear, and even then we're rolling at a slightly slower pace than I think we normally do. Now, as I go along the top edge of the field here, I want to note down the angle I'm going at. Because I want to try and see what the correct angle to square things off is. And looking at this, we're doing at... we're going about 81... 81, which makes sense because that's normally the angle we do that field at. So what I want to try and do is come back across the field at roughly the same angle. In fact, what I'm going to do is come around here, where it shouldn't make any difference to the grass here. We're going to go around here, back round this way, and then try and come out of the other end of the field at about 81 degrees. See if we can square this off and make this whole job a little bit easier for us. That's fairly interesting. Coming across the field at 81 degrees from that bottom corner pretty much brings us to the bottom bit of the rock here, which is quite a good way to divide this field. It means that we end up with a less weird headland bit here, and means that everything should work a little bit better for us overall. Still a little bit difficult to get around that corner, but if we come back this way, we can take this corner out and make that whole turning bit there that little bit easier, especially if we come right back around here. So that, yeah, that just makes everything that little bit easier to handle. And almost squares the whole thing off, to be honest. So, yeah, I'm liking that a lot. That is definitely the way to sort of divide this up to make it a little easier to work. And we were almost there with it the whole time. Just needed a little bit of extra work to get our angles right. Almost done on here. And, yeah, it's been a little bit of a slog to get this field done, but it's 5:15 and we've got just this little tiny triangle left. It's been a very productive day here. We've managed to get our remaining fields seeded. We have managed to get one more silage cut done on the farm, which is great for our income at the end of the month. Managed to get that spot there. That's good. And yeah, we're going to take our seeder back to the farm. I did just wonder, have we managed to cover all of our fields with our hired worker? Let's just check. Yes, everything looks seeded, which is good. So let's drop this off here. And we'll grab our seeder, take it back to the farmyard. And yeah, once we get some money in, we're going to get these tractors repaired and patched up so that they are all fully working. And yeah, next time we are going to find out how successful we have been here on No Man's Land. Our initial £50, have we managed to turn that into a profit? Come join me next time and you can find out. For now though, I'm going to leave this here, so all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.